If you're thinking of moving to Ottawa and you're looking for a suburb, Kanata is probably already on your list. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to go through the suburb as a whole. I'm going to look at the pros and the cons. I'm going to explain to you who Kanata is perfect for and who should probably keep looking. So traffic in Kanata really isn't that bad, especially compared to the other major suburbs like Barhaven and Orleans. I'm on Terry Fox right now, just north of Hazeldean. It's about 3 p.m. on a Tuesday, and things are moving. It's not that bad. The biggest complaint I would say with traffic regarding Kanata would be getting into Kanata. If you're getting into Kanata from the rush hour traffic from downtown, and not only is there, a substantial amount of traffic, which is normal, but because the sun sets in the west, it's a famous blinding traffic crawl to the west side. So one of the main attractions to Kanata is obviously the Canadian Tire Centre. If you're a hockey fan, this is a huge deal. They've got concerts here. They've even held UFC events here, which is pretty awesome. Now, one thing to caution you though is that the Sens may be relocating to LeBreton Flats. So if you're moving here specifically for the Sens, I'm sure you got a couple years left of Senators being here. But regardless, this is a major venue. It's one of the best in the city for sure. And it's going to provide a lot of value for years to come. So total hotspot in Kanata. Another awesome part about Kanata is that just north of where I am now at the Canadian Tire Centre, you have the Tanger Outlet Malls, which is the only outlet mall in the city of Ottawa. It's pretty awesome, and I'm going to show it to you right now. All right, so right across the street from Tanger Outlet Mall is you got Struck Tube, you can see out there, but also one of my favorite stores, Cabela's. If you are an outdoor enthusiast, this is definitely the place to be. You don't have to drive across the entire city to get the things you need to live your best life as an outdoor enthusiast. So major bonus here. So this is one of my favorite neighborhoods in Kanata. This is Beaverbrook, so just north of the highway. It was built in the 60s, mid-60s, and developed and designed by Bill Tarrin. It's beautiful. As you can see, big lots, at least 60-foot wide lots, even bigger in some other spots. There's a lot of mature trees, being that it was built in the 60s. Also, the way that it was designed, to have those big lots with mature trees. Now, this is also backing onto the Kanata Golf and Country Club just to my right. It's on the other side of these houses. And I would say what really defines this neighborhood is not just the vegetation, the trees and all that, but it's also the topography. Now, I know you probably can't tell by looking at this, but I'm going up a little bit of a hill right here. And then around the bend up ahead, it goes back down, then it goes back up. And it just makes for a different type of atmosphere and living experience entirely. You can see the mature stone here on the right. It's real beautiful. And there's an interesting dichotomy in Beaverbrook. So on one hand, you've got the mature neighborhood, the peace and the quiet. And the other side to that is there is a billionaire that lives here. So just off of the Kanata Golf and Country Club, there's a huge piece of land owned by Sir Terence Matthews. That's right, Sir Terence Matthews. He is a knight. And ironically, he owns the other golf course in Kanata, the Marshes Golf Course, which is a championship level course. That's in the high-tech sector. But he's right up here beyond the stop sign here. I go up this hill. You're going to see like a clubhouse straight up ahead and a gate beyond it, just between those trees up ahead. And beyond those trees is where Sir Terence Matthews lives. So big money, billionaire. Owns the Brook Street Hotel, Marshes Golf Course. And that's part of the beauty of Beaverbrook is you have it all. So you have the money, but it's not all flashy. Some of it is just like nice and humble, and people that want to have nice, peaceful lives. So if having a high-end yet family-oriented, calm and peaceful and different style of neighborhood, something that feels like it's more, dare I say, rustic, Beaverbrook is definitely there. The environment's completely different with the topography, the abundance of parks. I know my camera's fixed right now, you can't see it, but to the left of me is a big open park. To the right of me, there's kids playing in a field. They're playing frisbee. It looks like there's the ultimate frisbee goalposts. There's public pools. It's beautiful. So that's Beaverbrook, one of the top neighborhoods in Kanata. So right in central Kanata, you've got Kanata Centrum. So this is an entire shopping district with a lot of major retailers. You see a Walmart here. There's a Loblaws, tons of shopping plazas, Dollarama, Best Buy. You have a movie theater here. There you go, Blinds to Go. One thing that sticks out about this area is the amount of restaurants you have. So, I mean, I wouldn't call it nightlife, but definitely a whole bunch of places to go eat, have a couple drinks, especially if you want to get something in your system before, something at the Canadian Tire Center, which is just down the street. You see a Montana's here. They've got a Crazy Horse, a Moxie's, all kinds of great restaurants here. This is one of the reasons why people have to move to Kanata, and that is the high-tech sector. So I'm on March Road. I'm just north of the highway right now, the 174, and the high-tech sector is ahead of me. You'll see it up on the right. The buildings are starting to emerge. So if you're in IT in almost any capacity, you're going to be likely moving to northern Kanata, and it's a big deal. So there are hundreds of employers here, tens of thousands of employees, billions of dollars every year contributed to the economy. There's a golf course, there's hotels, there's lots of money circulating in North Kanata, so that's one of the reasons people come here for work. They have to. And around northern Kanata, there's a couple nice neighborhoods that I'll show you. Just outside of North Kanata, to the north of it, there's Marchvale Estates. There's all kinds of beautiful 2-acre, 3-acre lot estate neighborhoods. Some of them are in newer established areas. Some of them are tucked in the woods. It's beautiful. There's regular suburbs out here, which I'll show you. And there's even a really nice one that is a bit of a blast from the past. Really high trees, 60, 70-foot trees. I'll show you that one as well. So I'll show you a couple neighborhoods in northern Kanata. I'm in Shirley's Brook right now. You can see family oriented. There's basketball nets everywhere. One of those little signs that says drive slow, our kids are here. And this is very typical for Shirley's Brook. Just a regular, nice, normal suburb. Okay, so now I'm in Morgan's Grant. It's, mind you, a nicer part of Morgan's Grant. We got some big homes here. And this is probably the most northern part of Kanata you can get into without getting into what's actually called North Kanata and getting into the estate neighborhoods. But this is Morgan's Grant, large homes, very, very family oriented, multi-generational families in here. Because it's older, it's pretty slow paced as well. And this is what it looks like. Nice spot. So here's a little secret path in Kanata, northern Kanata, cutting me through the neighborhoods. If you know your way around Kanata, you know the shortcuts. So here's a nice neighborhood in Kanata, northern Kanata. This is Kanata Lakes. So Kanata Lakes was also developed by Bill Tarrant. It's a master plan community. And there's no real lakes here. That's the fun fact about Kanata Lakes. When Bill Tarrant designed it, he essentially had a whole bunch of stormwater management ponds, which are infamously the lakes. There is, however, a beaver pond here on a street, behind the street, Cecil Walden. I'll take you down here. These, the homes in this area were mostly all built in the late 80s. And this street right here, it's a little cul-de-sac. It's one of the nicer ones in Kanata Lakes. I actually sold a home on here in 2008, and I think I sold it for $700,000. And that home today, I bet you these are $2.5 million homes. They're super nice at the end of the crescent. And another fun fact, in 2008, I believe it was, the Ottawa Senators were making a playoff run, and their goaltender, Ray Emery, he either lived on this street or on the one next to us called Ironside. And he was always outside playing street hockey with the kids. So these are some of the nicer houses here, as you can see. There's a beaver pond right behind these. This is the one that I sold right here. Memories. All right, not to be confused or mistaken for Tanger Outlets, we have the Hazeldean Mall. So obviously off of Hazeldean Road. This is kind of central Kanata, maybe a little bit south of the 174. And it's just a regular old mall, probably built around 1980. That's the vibes I get. I'll show you the inside of it in a second. All right, maybe I'm poking fun here, but if you need to get a vinyl or some CDs, they are still alive and well in the Hazeldean Mall. And not only that, if you want to speak to a nice travel agent, we got you covered. So naturally, there are a lot of different neighborhoods within the suburb of Kanata. You've probably got, a half a dozen in the south, a half a dozen in the north. And I'm not going to go through all 12 and show you all 12. What I want to do here is I want to kind of capture the character of the different types of neighborhoods that you can get, and while I'm at it, showing you the major amenities in each area as well. So I'm in the south of Kanata right now. I'm going to show you at least two neighborhoods. I want to show you one of the more mature ones. You've got Kitimavik and you've got Glencairn. I'm about to get into Glencairn here right now. I'll show you that one since I'm here. And then I'll take you into Shirleysbrook, which, I mean, you can get a house in Shirleysbrook that looks like you're in Beverly Hills. I've seen huge houses, 4,000 square foot houses. It's big with the walkout basement, pie-shaped lots, all the interlock and pool features in the world. So I want to show you those two kinds of neighborhoods. And again, there's at least a half a dozen neighborhoods in southern Kanata alone. Can't show you them all, but so here's one. Here's Glencairn. I'm going to flip the camera around, show you what it's like. This neighborhood was built, a lot of this, it looks like it's about 1970s era. I know the Hazeldean Mall I just came from, I think it's 1979 it was built in. So have a look at this. So as you can see, yeah, these are 70s homes for sure, maybe 80s at the most. It's an older neighborhood, not as many trees as you'd expect, certainly not as many trees as you had in Beaverbrook, but this is also just a regular older 70s neighborhood. I mean, there's nothing extravagant about it. This area is known for having a lot of young families. It's a more affordable neighborhood. These are smaller single-family homes. They do have some semi-detached bungalows in here, lots of those, and of course some townhomes as well, nice little townhome developments. So that is Glencairn. Now I'll skip over to the other side of Eagleston Road. Eagleston is the main road. It turns into March Road, the north of the highway. Eagleston and March Road is the main arterial road, north-south through Kanata. I'll skip over to the other side right now and I'll show you Shirleysbrook. My mistake, I misspoke there. It's not Shirleysbrook down here. The southern east side of Kanata is Bridlewood. So my apologies for that. Bridlewood is a very, very big neighborhood in Kanata. Definitely one of the biggest. It probably rivals Morgan's Grant, I would say. You'll see here on the map on the side. It's huge. And there are a lot of big executive homes here, a lot of mature trees. This area was built between the 70s and all the way up to the 2000s. So several different phases through here that were built. And you may be asking yourself, why would someone move to the executive homes in the south instead of the north? And the reason is because it's a little quieter here. If you're in the north, you're real connected to the Canadian Tire Centre, Tanger Outlets, Kanata Centrum, the high-tech sector. In the south, not so much. You are still very close to everything, but not as many things. So it's a little bit quieter pace here, which is nice. And also, of course, if you have a need to be in the southern part of Kanata because you need to go to the south part of the city, maybe you scoot out and go to Barhaven, being that it's in the south part of Kanata, you've just got easier access to those parts of the city as well. So that is the breakdown of Kanata. I've given you some of the, I've shown you the character of some of the major neighborhoods in Kanata, both north and south. Showed you the major amenities, which Kanata is known for. The Canadian Tire Center, the Tanger outlets, the high-tech sector, the big old Hazeldean Mall. So I've shown you those. And one thing I did not have a chance to go over here is the schools. It is definitely worth mentioning that some of the best schools in the city are found in Kanata. You can Google it, you can see them. And if you want to reach out to me and ask me which ones would be suitable for you and your kids, happy to do that. Very good public and Catholic schools here. So the question begs, why wouldn't someone move to Kanata if it's so great? Who wouldn't want to be here? Well, the answer is people who want to live in a neighborhood that is walkable and is bicycle friendly. So Kanata is not. Maybe I'm going to get some hate for that, but it just isn't. I mean, of course, there's going to be some exceptions. Somewhere there is, like Village Green right in front of me over here. Village Green is walkable, sure. It's a tiny little spot just beside Beaverbrook. But generally speaking, lots of vehicles. You're driving everywhere. There's buses everywhere, commercial traffic. I'm right beside a park and ride. It's busy. I think that's what just comes with all the major amenities this place has. There's so much going on in Kanata. There's a high volume, and it's a very well planned out suburb. It's the neighborhoods are master planned, like the ones from Bill Tarrant I was telling you about. So it's not congested. There's no traffic in Kanata like you would see in Barrhaven or Orleans because it's laid out so well. But you still are not walking anywhere. You're not biking anywhere. You're getting in your car. You're driving. Is what it is. Can't have it all, right? But I love Kanata. I lived here for a couple of years. Always had a good time here. I've sold in Kanata, I don't know, hundreds of times, let's say. So if you are interested in moving to Kanata, you have any questions about Kanata, you want to know which of the schools are great for your kids, which of the neighborhoods would best suit you and your family according to your lifestyle, send me a message. Happy to work with you to figure out which one's the best fit, give you a good orientation, see what's out there, and make you happy. Thanks for watching.